And back home, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has reiterated the commitment of his administration to building the capacity of media practitioners to communicate effectively and add value to humanity. Governor Okowa stated this while declaring open the third edition of the Delta State Communication Workshop, DELCOM 2021, held in Asaba. Eunice Imeza reports.
With the rise in fake news and distorted information in the media space and the need to equip those in the communication sector to effectively disseminate information to the public, the state government, through the Office of the Executive Assistant to the Governor on Communication, set out in 2018 to organize the Strategic Communication Workshop. Declaring the 2021 edition open, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, represented by the State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Aniago, said the government had kept faith with its promises to bring prosperity to Deltans across the states, making it difficult for the opposition to demarket the administration, and commended the efforts of media practitioners whose input had helped in disseminating the information to the grassroots. He reminded participants of the challenges ahead of the 2023 general elections, especially with persons who make efforts to buy the conscience of voters, and urged them to live up to the theme of the workshop: communication strategies in democratic politics, problems and solutions in propaganda management, and to communicate wisely, putting the state first.
In the not too distant time, we are going into a transition year where a lot of information is going to be bandied, both correct and incorrect. But it takes a well-trained journalist who in this case would have participated in this workshop to understand what is good for both himself or herself, for the state, and indeed for the profession that he belongs.
The Executive Assistant Communications to the State Governor, Chief Fred Oganesiwe, said the workshop was in line with Governor Okowa's Human Capital Development Agenda, adding that a total of 500 persons had benefited, including media appointees of government, media partners, social media influencers and bloggers within and outside government, as well as the People's Democratic Party's social media team. He said the resource persons were carefully selected to ensure the best results, which was why Professor Godwin Obu was the chief trainer for the first edition. The second edition had Father of Mass Communication in Nigeria, Professor Ralph Akimfele, as chief trainer, while the 2021 edition had pioneer and incumbent head of department Mass Communications, Delta State University, Abraka, Dr. Joyce Ogwezi, as the chief trainer.
Because the more capacity you have, the more you are able to, offer services that people require. And what people go for in every one of us is the skills. What can you do? What do you have to offer? And in asking what do you have to offer, then there must be that training. There must be that capacity building. So that was what influenced, DELCOM.
Special guests at the event, including the Director General of the State Bureau for Orientation, Mr. Eugene Uzum, and the State Head of Service, Mr. Reginald Bayoko, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth Development, congratulated the participants and urged them to prove themselves of the confidence reposed in them in their writing.
I'm very impressed by it. I'm very impressed by the efforts to build the capacity of the journalists.
What is communicated to the people forms their perception. And the perception of the people graduates to the mental capacity, which is the orientation of the people. So that a particular establishment has done well is the perception of the people.
The resource persons, Dr. Joyce Ogwezi, Dr. Don Pedro, Dr. Lubumi Ajibade, and Dr. Monde Ashibwogo, who dwelt on topics ranging from effective public speaking, online publishing technique, article and news writing, among others, commended Governor Okowa for his consistency in building the capacity of citizens.
He recognizes that they are the spokesmen. They are the government that people see. They are the government. So if they are not equipped and they are not provided with the tools they need to function, the government stories and narratives will not be properly told.
The moment a government is silent, the moment a government is unseen, the government does not exist.
Participants promised to put the knowledge gained into good use. Eunice Meyazia reporting.